Hello YouTube, Lytbringr here, and we are on part 2 of my top 10 RPGs that I've ever played or interacted with of all time. At least until 2018. Again, this is the brainchild of my wife asking why I didn't just try making a top 10, and I figured RPGs are my shtick. They're not the most fun thing to record from what I've seen, but if I have fun playing them, hopefully I can try and bring some of that love to you guys, and you guys will love watching me love playing them. Let's just skip all the mushy and go straight to number 5. Number 5 is another game a lot of you are going to be like, oh, that one? I love Borderlands 2. Me and my wife played it, me and my brother have played it, me and a couple of other friends have played it. This is how you do an RPG first-person shooter. Lots of loot? Check. Lots of upgrades? Check. A personal system that lets you customize your character? Depending on which character you have, you don't even need a gun. Also, it had a DLC that was very Dungeons & Dragons-esque in that they actually rolled dice. I love this game. If D&D wasn't in it, it would still get my number 5 spot because it's so good. Destiny needs to model after this, and we've already been told that Borderlands 3 is on the way, so I'm hoping it's this, but more. What would I add to Borderlands? I don't know. You knew Diablo was gonna be on this list, probably. Diablo 3, this is my wife's copy. We both have it on the Xbox One digitally, so I needed to pray she had her old 360 copy. I love the game. I played it the first time all by myself as a monk. The second time I played it as a monk with my wife being a wizard that was a female. So technically a witch, but I know sometimes people are against you using the W word. Since then, and even now, years after the game's original release, they're still releasing content, they're still doing fancy things, they're still making new character classes. I loved the Paladin, Crusader. I loved the Crusader, I loved the Necromancer. They're just all fun to use. No one class stands out above the rest to me. I've played them all. It was still really fun having another person there. And you will notice that a lot in my top 5, it's because they're co-op. Each of these games is made more fun if it's co-op. In my last episode, I did Deadlocked. I just did Borderlands 2. Both of them 10 times better if you're playing with friends. They're still fun, but they're so much better with friends. With that, let's go on to number 3. Number 3 is another game I have digitally, but if you guys have been paying attention to my Fractured But Whole videos, you will know what this game is. South Park's Stick of Truth. It's equal parts video game, crude adult humor, Dungeons & Dragons, LARPing, just some of all my favorite things. Just all of them. I put it over Fractured But Whole because A, I haven't finished Fractured But Whole as of this recording. I'm getting close, I think, but the way these games go, I don't know. But also, I liked the customization system better in Stick of Truth than I did in Fractured But Whole. Fractured But Whole, you pick a class. Each class has 2 or 3 abilities. You can mix and match those. But that's how you fight. Stick of Truth, you got patches, you got armor, you got weapons, you got different items, and you had your core abilities. It feels like they sacrificed a little of your personal customization ability to fit better in this new combat system, which I love the grid-based combat system. Just I liked it before. So Stick of Truth is my number 3. Okay, this is going to be kind of a cop-out on my part, because I couldn't pick between the two, and I knew these were going to be my top 2 games. But you're holding 3 games in your left hand, Lytbringr. You're lying. No, this is actually 1 game. This was back when PlayStation thought it would be funny to milk you your money by selling a game at 2/3 the price, and it only being like 2 or 3 hours of the game on a single disc. Enter the DotHack Trilogy. This is not the original DotHack Trilogy, this is DotHack GU. To surmise it really quickly, and I won't surmise these 3 much because they were re-released on the PS4 remastered. Haven't bought it yet. Definitely going to be recording it for you guys because of what this game gave me. The original DotHack, I played it. I wasn't the most in love with one of its mechanics. You have to drain viruses out of a game program. But the more viruses you drain, the more stats you lose and the weaker you get. To the point where if you drain too much virus, you die and the game ends. Not the most fun mechanic when the entire last level was covered in virused enemies. Virus enemies cannot be killed without draining them of virus. So you had to either dodge everything and not get into any fights ever, or kill yourself by downloading all the viruses over and over and over and over and over, and that sucked. This one does it right. You've got multiple characters you can choose from, max 3 on the field. You've got avatar battles, which are these giant beasts that fight super virus beasts. It's cool! It's like a knight slaying a dragon. You also have an MMO in the game. You open the game, you get these great cutscenes, and this is for, what year was this? Early 2000, no, 07. 07 is the copyright on these 3. 2 of them at least, I can't see the 3rd. Oops. Get these, they will change your life. I think the remaster is all 3 put together, plus a 4th episode that is actually post this game. I love that. It didn't exist. It had its own cartoon show. It was so good. Oh, where to start? It's a video game on a console about an MMO. You get to play an MMO. Back in 07, I had heard about things like WoW and StarCraft and Warcraft and all of these great, wonderful MMOs, but all I had was a PS2, an Xbox, and like whichever Nintendo system had just come out. Wii, N64, one of those. So when you sold, like, they sold me on welcome to an online MMO, and I'm like, oh, but that's like, does not require internet. So I bought the first one. I bought Volume 1 with my own money, my own allowance. It was life-changing. There are callbacks in this game to the first trilogy, but if you never played the first trilogy, you can look up a quick synopsis. It's not complicated story. There's an MMO, there's this weird prophecy written in the MMO because it's based on some weird epic, like, Cthulhu-type story. And somehow some of the things from the story somehow got programmed into the game. You've got this super intelligent virus and, like, gods and goddesses that actually give your player the ability to negate the viruses in the game. It's crazy! I play the game at least once a year because it is so good. This game made me realize just how much fun I was missing in an MMO, and I wish a game would come out that's like this in real life. With VR coming out, we're gonna see games like this eventually. It's gonna be amazing. But that's why it's tied for my number 1. The other one is, in my opinion, the quintessential handheld RPG of all time. This game, if you guys couldn't read the fine print, is from Atlas, and it's called Tactics Ogre: The Night of Lotus. It is my favorite game. Branching pathways, different factions you can join, which mean different characters on one side or the other. You can kill off a wizard on your team late game, and if he has the right equipment, he will resurrect himself as an undead lich. Liches are evil and scary and freaking super-powered mages. Like, if... I don't really have a good comparison if you haven't played Dungeons & Dragons, so I'm gonna just leave it there. On the flip side, if you've got a good character on your team that dies and they're carrying, I think, an item or a medal, there's also a medal system. Like, for little achievements here and there, you'll get medals. And the medals will give your characters passive boosts. There are winged hawkmen that can fly around. I prefer to give them bows myself, because when your archer can fly, the game is over. Good characters that die and have the right equipment and the right medals can resurrect themselves as angel knights, which are legit angels that came back from the dead after going to heaven and came back to help you again. Crazy. You get dragons on your team. You get octopi. If you ever find it, try it out. Beg Nintendo to put this on the frickin' eShop. Gosh dang it. Every year, I try to double check they haven't put this game on the eShop for any handheld. Now that the Switch is out, hopefully they'll put it on there. It would be amazing to play on the go on the Switch. And there's always one or two forums that are like, hey, can we get this game remade? It was so good. Why haven't they made any more Tactics Ogre games? This game, or Final Fantasy Tactics Advance, although this one blows that one out of the water. I played that one first. I keep playing this one. It's so good. Only downside is your main character can't become an angel knight, which makes me sad because I want my main character to frickin' fly and have angel wings. But alas, whatever. With that, guys, that was my top 10 favorite RPGs of all time up until 2018. I know there's some good ones coming out or have just come out on PS4. I haven't played them. But you know some of them are good when they freaking re-release them remastered on the PS4. Fight me. I kind of wish they'd come out on the Xbox because all of my achievements and friends are there. But there's no RPGs on the Xbox One at the moment that look that good, so I might be switching my entire rig to the PS4 and playing some sweet, sweet RPGs over there. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments below. I should have links, here, for Fractured But Whole. Up until now, I have posted, I think, in the teens on the episodes. I've recorded already 31. So this will be a game that I'm thinking 40 will be about where it ends. I don't know. I haven't played through the game on my own. You guys are playing it with me. Thank you for making 2017 such a good year. I have been trying to keep up my schedule. We have been doing a lot. My wife and I will be moving, hopefully, sometime in 2018, so there might be a lull. I'll let you guys know before that happens because I'm trying to be more communicative to you guys. With that, stay safe, guys. I know this is coming out Sunday. It's New Year's Day. Please, please don't be stupid. If you're gonna drink, drink in moderation. If you're gonna drink to stupid excessive levels, not saying you're stupid for drinking, just if you're gonna drink that much, stay home, don't drive, give your keys to the guy at the door. See you next year. Lights out.